divest ourselves of our clothes. It isn't really very cool. Slightly, I think, complicated. Veins are kind of greeny blue. Let's talk about summer foundations. I like to wear foundation in the summer, and I know that sounds slightly counterintuitive because in the summer we tend to want to divest ourselves of our clothes and our makeup. But actually, unless I'm on holiday, in which case I probably wear a tinted sunscreen, I actually do want to wear a foundation of some kind. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 foundations that I'm currently wearing in rotation during these summer months. Now, interestingly, one of them calls itself a tinted hydrator, another one calls itself a foundation plus skincare, and another one simply calls itself a foundation. But I think they are all 3 very, very similar. Oh, and one is a drugstore and 2 are high-end. So we've got the Tinted Hydrator by Wet n Wild, the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation Plus Skincare, and the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. And they all perform really well on my mature, nearly 70-year-old skin. Now, let me tell you a bit about my skin. My skin is normal. It's not particularly dry. It's not particularly oily, and it's not really combination either. I don't have any major skin concerns apart from a little bit of redness. I obviously have wrinkles and fine lines. I have open pores, and my skin is pretty stable, and occasionally I get the odd dry patch here or there, but that's about it. So what I'm looking for in a foundation, particularly in the summer months, is a light to medium coverage. I don't want a light coverage. I want a light to medium because I do want to cover my skin so that it looks smooth, because my skin isn't particularly even. So I think for me, the reason I want a foundation is to smooth out my skin, smooth out my imperfections, and cut down on any redness and also some broken veins. I've got a few little broken veins here and there. So let me tell you a little bit about why I think these foundations are great and what they have in common before I show you how I apply them. Now, they're all unfragranced, which is really important to me because I'm allergic to any fragrance in a skincare product. It brings me out in seborrheic dermatitis. And I think I'm right in saying they've all got glycerin and squalane. So both those ingredients are good for keeping your skin hydrated and moisturised. Now, the other thing to say is I always apply sunscreen before I apply any foundations, even if the foundation has an SPF in it, although none of these 3 do. And the other thing they all have in common is they've got 4 stars or better on Boots or Cult Beauty or Amazon. So let's start with the drugstore product, which is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, and I'm in the shade light medium. So it is quite runny. So let me just show you what it looks like on my hand, and I'll also swatch it for you. And you'll also see here me applying it. So that's what it looks like. And I'll swatch it for you here just so you can see the colour. That's it there. So it is on the light side of light to medium, but I think it does look good on my skin. I don't really have any colour at the moment, even though the summer has finally come. I haven't been sitting outside all that much, so I am sort of the normal colour that I am in the winter months. But I think it's a great colour for me. Now, it's quite runny, and what I should have done, I've realised now, and what I did today is actually put it on my hand first and then apply it that way, rather than putting it in the palm of my hand and then massaging it on. I think it's actually easier to do that because also you can then regulate the amount more easily. Now, it says it's a semi-matte finish. That's probably about right, I would say. I've got a little bit of powder on now, so I have mattified it a little bit more, but I think it gives a really good coverage. It is buildable. This is why I think it's really interesting that it calls itself a tinted hydrator, because it kind of suggests that it's just for hydration purposes and that's it, with a bit of tint in it. But actually, I would say this is a really good foundation, a light foundation. It's very reasonably priced. I'll put all the details down below for you, but I think it retails for about £6 in the UK. Now, actually, the problem with buying Wet n Wild in the UK, it's very, very difficult. In Boots, they have a very tiny section, which is really poorly stocked. And usually I find I have to get it from Amazon UK. even then, I can't get everything. In fact, I've been trying to get the foundation that the lovely Tina from Tina's Best Midlife recommended recently, which I've forgotten the name of now. I'll put that down below for you as well. But I can't get it unless I buy it from Amazon at double the price, which is a bit annoying really. But anyway, it's a fantastic brand. I really do like it. And I think this is a great product. Now, let's talk about the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation Plus Skincare. Now, I've had this for quite some time, must be a good 18 months, I would say. And I've actually just used it in a recent video, which I'll also link down below for you, where I did a summer makeup look. And actually, I'd sort of forgotten about it because as a YouTuber now, I do collect rather a lot of products. And I've probably got about 15 foundations, and I probably could have chosen another 3 for this video, but you've got to narrow it down. You can't go on and on forever. Now, this foundation does sell itself as having skin-loving ingredients, and it has got these micronized pearls, and they're not just light-giving, but they actually do have skin-loving ingredients in them because they contain, amongst other things, calcium, amino acids, and antioxidants. Now, interestingly, I'm in the shade medium cool, but actually this isn't really very cool. I'd say it's the warmest of the 3. And there it is. You can see, I think, that it's a warmer shade, and you'll see if you look at my summer video, it's definitely a warmer shade than the Wet n Wild. But I think it looks really nice. And even though I haven't got any darker since the sun's come out, I think it still does suit my skin. My skin is one of those slightly, I think, complicated shades because it's a bit olivey, but it's not very olivey. My veins are kind of greeny blue. So to be honest, in a way, I suppose it means I can wear quite a lot of different shades, which I suppose is a good thing because I don't struggle to find shades. Now, it's also buildable. It goes on smoothly. I used a sponge with this one as I did with the Wet n Wild, and I think with all 3 foundations, I find that applying it first with my fingers and then using a sponge seems to be the best method of application. I suppose because they're all quite runny, these foundations, haven't actually tried it with a brush. I think probably a brush for me is slightly better with a tougher foundation, not tougher, you know what I mean, but a thicker foundation. Anyway, I think it's a lovely foundation. And if you're looking for a foundation that has skin-loving ingredients, I can't vouch for it being great for dry skin or oily skin because I just don't have those type of skins. And I'm not an esthetician, so I don't really know about these, but it does say, and I think all these foundations say they are for all skin types. So that's the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation Plus Skincare. And finally, we come to the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. Now, I've done a few videos on this, as I have on the IT Cosmetics, over the last 18 months or so. And this is just a winner every time. I think you can wear this all year round, but I still like wearing it in the summer. It's a light to medium coverage. It has skin-loving ingredients. It's got humectants, it's got emollients, and it's also got Japanese lily turf. Now, I would say this is probably a high-end version of the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. It's got a similar consistency. I think the IT Cosmetics is a little bit lighter, so this is probably a little bit thicker. Now, again, it's a fantastic foundation. It's probably the highest rated of the 3. I think it's 4.5 on Cult Beauty. So let me show you. It comes in a pump applicator, and let me swatch it for you. So there it is. I think it's a nice warmish shade. It's probably warmer than the Wet n Wild, but not quite as warm as the IT Cosmetics, but it's definitely thicker. It is the most expensive. I think it's £37.50 in the UK, and I think the IT, and I think the IT Cosmetics is about 33. But it's definitely an all year round foundation, I would say, but I'm still wearing it in the summer. So the takeaway tips from this video are, firstly, choose a foundation that has skin-loving ingredients. So it has emollients, it has humectants like hyaluronic acid, like squalane, like glycerin, which will help to keep your skin soft and hydrated. The second tip is to dot it on your face and then apply with a sponge, probably slightly dampened. And then the third tip is, which I've done today, is to then, if you don't have enough coverage, is to use a concealer to cover up those blemishes that haven't been covered sufficiently by the foundation itself. So there you have it. Those are my summer foundations for 2023. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, I'd be so grateful if you'd give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell, because that way you'll get notified each time I upload a video. And my schedule at the moment is on Sundays, I do skincare and makeup. And on Wednesdays, I tend to do fashion and lifestyle. And thanks again so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. It really does. And I hope you're all doing really well wherever you are. And thank you also to all my new subscribers. I am so grateful. I'm so made up. I can't tell you how exciting it is for me to watch the subscriber numbers go up. I've set myself a little goal of getting to 2,200 subscribers on my birthday on the 22nd of September. I think I'm at just over 1,500 and something now. So thank you again so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye.